What's going on, guys, and welcome back to FBA Capital. And today I'm bringing you guys another weekly market breakdown on NAS100. So let's get right on into the charts. So first things first, we're gonna go off to the higher time frames because I have a few things that I want to overall just show you guys based off a higher time frame premise. So as you can see, the previous 2 weeks have been pretty bullish overall. I'd like to say you can see we cleared these lows to the left. The prices overall traded down into this weekly bullish order block. You go say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's like 5 week chart. Yeah, right there. You got a 5 week chart order block, which is going to be very helpful because it's giving us an idea that price is likely going to stay above this level. And by level, I mean 14,000. If we can stay above 14,000, I think there's a high chance that price is going to continue in this overall upwards trend. There is going to be a chance that price could potentially, I say, come a little bit lower again. Okay. I say potentially it could still come a little bit lower, but overall, if we stay above 14,000, I think there's a good reason to believe that price is going to eventually try to make a run for these highs all the way up here. I think it is on the monthly chart. Yeah, the monthly highs. I think that's going to be a reach for at some point, and 17,000 is going to be definitely a target in the near future. Don't know when. Can never be too sure, so we just got to be patient and wait for that day to come. But now that we understand overall we're still bullish, we're keeping in mind that after we cleared this low, price had a willingness to overall stay in this bullish trend. And if you pull your foot from this low to this high, you can see that price is still overall holding above this fib long. So there's still a chance that, like I said, price could continue this overall uptrend. And that's why I'm overall going to be bullish going into this week, even though we did reject. And if you look to the left, we're rejecting this breaker block, so there is a chance that price could potentially fall, but based off of overall how price has been moving long term, I still think there's a high chance that price is going to continue lower. It looks like we are rejecting the 38.20% from this fib from this high to this low. So in my opinion, I think price is going to have a move to the downside. It's going to continue to move lower, but then overall we're going to get that push to the top side eventually to at least come back into this 62% for the first time, which is going to be up here. Because the one thing I've learned about these 38.20% levels is when they get reacted to, it never really ends in a long-term move. Say for example, price rejected this, we had this move, but now I think that there's going to be a chance that price continues to go higher into the other fib levels. And that's just something I've personally learned along just my trading. So now we're going to go down to daily. We're keeping in mind the last day was also bearish, but we are rejecting this daily bullish order block within here also. So this is going to be something that we need to keep in mind coming into the week. So now that we have this daily bullish order block, let's also pull our fib from this daily area. We see that price is also staying above 38.20% after coming and tapping into that 62% to the pip. So like I said, we look to the left, we cleared this low, and now we're showing a willingness to price to potentially want to go higher. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the lower time frame. We're going to overall get a bias on what we can expect price to do. So now that we're on the lower time frame, I'm going to get rid of this 38.20%. Matter of fact, I'll keep it here just for the simple fact that price is currently rejecting it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up the previous day's highs and previous day's lows. So if we're bearish, we're going to be targeting the previous day's low, and if we're bullish, we're going to be targeting the previous day's high. That's just overall something I like to personally do. It gives you a clear target and it gives you something to clearly look for. So we got the previous day's low. I threw the previous day's high wrong. It's supposed to be not this other day. Right here. So we got the previous day's high and we got the previous day's low. We're also going to get the previous day's Asian session range because we can use it as a potential area where price is going to likely want to retrace to. So let's get that Asian session range in there. Just like that, we're going to make it orange. And now we're also going to get, what else? We're going to pull our fib from this low to this high right here. So now we have this 38.20% right here. We can close with this higher time frame fib right here. What's going on, guys? So before you keep on watching the video, I just wanted to tell you guys about this opportunity that I have for you guys. So as of recently, I have been getting a lot of questions and comments and concerns about whether or not I do one-on-one mentorship. I personally do not do one-on-one mentorship, but I do have mentorship now, which I decided because you guys have been asking for a while now. So what will I be providing? I will be providing daily live stream access and mentorship every single day, where I will teach you everything that I know and I will guide you from zero to hero. And along with that, I will be giving you live trade analysis, and you will know all of my trades taken live, real time. So with that being said, the price of it right now is $100 a month, but the price is not going to be like that for long. After the first 100 people join, I will be having the price go up. So make sure you take advantage while you can. And now you can finish watching the video. 38.20% levels that are in confluence with each other to the top side. Now let's take into account where we are price-wise. We have 14,600 right below here. This 14,600 is almost in confluence with this 62% of this fib long that could potentially happen. So if price doesn't hold this 38.20% level at 14,650, I'm going to say 14,650. So right here, I'm going to make it black since this is a mid-figure level, not a big figure. If we can hold 14,650, I think there's going to be a high chance that price continues to reach for that previous day's high and continuing this overall uptrend to end up clearing the highs from these multiple days in the past. That's something that I would personally be looking for long term, but like I said, the previous daily candle was bearish, so something we can anticipate if price does react off the 38.20% level. Something I said previously in the video early on is when we get these 38.20% level rejections, it tends to not be a long-term move. So something I can potentially anticipate is, since we're in this downtrend, I'm expecting price to go lower. I'm going to pull my fib from this high to the low where price currently is, and I can anticipate price to potentially have a retracement higher to then have that drop off later on to these levels down here, in which I'm anticipating. Now this is going to be something that can easily happen due to the fact that we are at a lack of momentum with the closure of this candle. So if we see a spike, we can easily see price trade right into these highs right here, this potential bearish order block right here. We also have this fib short that we could also potentially trade into, and then we have 14,800, which is right above. So if you look to go short around this area, I would ideally keep my stop below this, above this 14,800 level, because one thing that we know about these big figure levels is even though they aren't always going to get traded into, the likelihood of price having a reaction at these specific areas are going to be more than likely. So there's two scenarios in which I'm anticipating for the market open when it opens on Monday. Not Monday, today, and actually about an hour when it opens. I want to see price at least push higher and then start to reject around this, I would say 14,800 to 14,730. So 14,730 to in this range in here, this is where I'm going to be looking for a reaction to see if price is going to want to keep this overall downtrend, because if we fail to break this high, we're going to keep that downward structure, and based off the higher time frames, we did have a daily bearish candle, so we can anticipate the next day could potentially come even lower and target that previous day's low all the way down there. And that's something we're going to be keeping our eyes on. Now that is scenario one. Scenario two is price continues to come lower, tap into this fib long to potentially see higher prices from that point. There's two scenarios. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a little bit of a higher time frame. I'm going to look for potential order blocks within this area down here. So we got 1 hour, we have a 4 hour order block right here. So let's look at that right here. This last down candle before this up move that went and tried to clear this high. So right here we have this bullish 4 hour order block right here. Move that on over, go back to lower time frame. Now we look at where that is. That is right here in the middle of these things. So we could potentially see price come down to this 14,600 area, which is also in confluence with this 62%. So, and then we'll be, if we can stay above this 4 hour order block, I think there'll be a high likelihood that price is going to continue in this overall uptrend. I personally don't see price coming for the previous day's low yet. I could be mistaken, but like I said, we did reject the 62% on this higher time frame fib long, so I'm ideally going to wait for a higher breakout structure. I want to see these highs get cleared, and from there we can then anticipate a reaction to see price come lower. But as of right now, I'm more bullish than bearish, just because of market structure. We shifted into this bullish market structure when we broke this high. We showed that price is overall wanting to stay in this uptrend. So like I said, I'm bullish. There's two scenarios we can anticipate. Price either going to come a little bit lower and then have that reaction later on, or when the market opens, price is going to go for this retracement to potentially move lower from there. So that is personally what I'm expecting. And now we just wait. I know what I want to see. I'm going to get this screenshot. Gonna keep it in mind, and now we just gotta wait for the market to open and just be patient enough to let the setup happen. I'm not gonna take any trades on this Saturday, just because that's personally not what I like to do. Not Saturday, Sunday. I don't like taking trades on Sundays. I like to wait till the Monday open. Monday's New York session is the first time I'm taking a trade in the beginning of every single week. I never trade Sundays. So now we just gotta wait. Just to clear it up, I'm gonna get rid of this fib real quick. Get rid of, what else do I get rid of? This is the higher time frame order block that we have right here. So that daily, was it daily or the weekly? This daily order block. So this line right here is our daily order block. Let me just mark that up so I don't get confused of what it is. Do that. I'm gonna move it on over. Just like that. I'm gonna put this at the top of it. Just like that. We got the daily order block right here. So if price can withstand being above this level and hold this daily order block after it had that rejection that we had on the higher time frames, I think there's going to be a high likelihood that price is going to overall keep this uptrend. We are rejecting, so I do think there's a chance we come a little bit slightly lower, but overall I'm going to be remaining bullish. I'm going to stick to the bullish bias, and that's really it. So now we just got to wait for price to come to these areas and see what price does. Be patient enough to wait for it and just leave it at that. So on that note, I'm gonna end this video off here. So if you were able to learn anything, if you were able to benefit from the information I'm giving you guys, or even just get a perspective on my view of how I personally view the market, then make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be live tomorrow morning for my daily live session, trading session during the New York session. So make sure you be there. 8:30 to 9 a.m. EST is around when I'm going to be starting. I'll be on there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to be Monday. So we're going to start the week off with a bang. So on that note, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you stay motivated by the fear of being average. And I'll see you guys in the next video.